Today we are flying with Singapore Airlines in business class on the A380 from London to Singapore. Our trip starts in Oslo and we're transiting in London Heathrow, and since we have a connecting flight, we needed to go through customs. It took almost 1.5 hours that day, and we didn't get much time at the lounge. Star Alliance have 3 lounges at London Heathrow: Maple Leaf Lounge, Silver Chris Lounge and the United Club. The closest lounges for us was the Maple Leaf Lounge and Silver Chris Lounge. We went for the Silver Chris Lounge since we are flying with Singapore Airlines. In the business class lounge area, there's plenty of seating options. The food options was a buffet and they have a man bar.
Morning. We will be on this aisle and will be on the other side.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. The A380 has a main deck and an upper deck. On the main deck, there are 44 premium economy seats in a 2-4-2 configuration and 343 economy seats in 3-4-3 configuration. And in the upper deck, the A380 features 6 suites in a 1-1 configuration and 78 business class seats in 1-2-1 configuration. Our seat for this flight is 91 Delta and Foxtrot, which can be turned into a double bed. Bulkhead seats usually can't be selected until online check-in opens 48 hours before the flight. These seats are usually blocked for PPS club members. Since we're flying with a baby, we were able to reserve these seats. The seats are very well designed. The cocoon form seats isn't just eye-catching. It gave a luxurious feeling and was very spacious. With the partition lowered, it felt like we have a little private cabin. Alright, let's check out the seat. Seats with double bed arrangement have an extra wide footwell. There is also plenty of room below this shelf to stow your carry-on bag. The footwell was big enough for baby Sky to stay in there. A multi-standard charging socket with integrated USB charging port and an NFC contactless payment reader is concealed behind a panel next to the TV mounted in the wall. So your laptop cable will be stretched out between you and the socket if you need to recharge the battery. And if you need to charge with a USB, you have to place the device on the top of the shelf against the wall. It's kinda impractical, but you have a USB charging port on the side table as well. The TV screen is an 18-inch model and have a wide range of movies, TV shows, music and magazines to choose from. Just note that in the bulkhead seats, the screen is positioned at a higher level than the other seats. We didn't have an issue with that, but then again, we didn't got to use the IFE that much, since we had more than enough to take care of a baby Sky. The purple leather in the seats are made of a Poltrona Frau fine Italian leather. And with the combination of lighter motifs and the dashes of orange accentuate the appearance of luxury. At the side of the seats there's a vanity mirror with a light at head height behind a small hinged door. At the back of the side table there's a handy pocket-sized storage for storing small devices like phone, which is also equipped with a USB charging socket and a socket for headphone jack. The seat controls are located in the console below the side table and allow automatic seat adjustment to a variety of positions, including bed mode and adjustment for leg rest. The overhead and the ambience lighting is also controlled here. There is a do not disturb function, a call bell for a cabin crew, and an on-off switch for the TV screen. There's a little delay before the button responds with a haptic touch function when the light turns blue and a small vibration feedback. An adjustable reading light and a decorated ambient lighting pattern inside the seat shell. And there's a tap-style armrest wings and it folds down from stove to extended position. The tray table provides a sturdy working and eating surface and adjusts against you. It was still easy to access to the aisle if you needed to use the restroom during the mealtime, since the cabin was so spacious. Under the vanity mirror you find the touchscreen remote. The remote was quick and responsive. It also came in handy since the TV screen was positioned a bit higher and further from the seat. Below the center divider you find a side pocket where magazines, noise-cancelling headphones and a safety card are stowed. Inside the headphone case it came with a single-use AirPad cover. The headphone was quite comfortable and the noise cancelling was pretty decent. There was some empty seats on this flight, so let's see how the other seats are. There's enough space for carry-on size bags to be stowed under the seat in front. The window seats feels much smaller than the bulkhead seats. The biggest difference is the footwell. The footwell is angled, so you have to lay in diagonal position when sleeping. There's a small cubbyhole style storage area under the flap on the left hand side, and on the right side there's a fixed cocktail tray. The side storage features a storage area for smaller items and multi-standard charging socket with integrated USB charging port and an NFC contactless payment reader. The middle seats have some difference too. The middle seats benefit from additional storage in this area with an extra cubbyhole, but have no fixed cocktail tray. The multi-standard charging socket is located under the TV screen next to the divider. You need to pull the leg rest from the seat in front so you can recline. We got offered a welcome drink as soon as we got to our seats. I couldn't resist a glass of champagne and Wifi went for orange juice.
Please give us your attention as we bring you through this important safety briefing and on a journey through Singapore. Special life vests are available for children. Inflate your life vest only at the exit door and step into the raft. We hope you have a great time on board as well as in Singapore or anywhere else in the world we take you.
Here are some of the key features within your business class seat. There is ample storage within your seat for your cabin bag and laptop or handbag, so they are during your flight. The center divider can be lowered if you're traveling with a companion. Simply press down in the middle till it locks in place. To bring it back up, press again and lift the divider. If you wish to bring the divider all the way down,
The flight from London to Singapore is about 10,880 km or 6,760 miles, and the flight times is estimated about 12 hours and 55 minutes. About 30 minutes after takeoff, the crew started the food serving. For the canapé, the signature Singapore chicken satay was served, and it was tasty and delicious. The spicy peanut sauce was more sweet than spicy. We browsed the menu before departure and decided to choose the Book to Cook option. Book to Cook allows you to pre-select your main meal from the Book to Cook menu, which has more options compared to the standard in-flight menu. For some reason I forgot to film the lunch menu, but here is what is served that day. Almost 45 minutes after the canapé, the appetizer was served. The appetizer was a cold poached salmon with caper and lemon aioli. The dish looked kinda boring, but it was very tasty. Both of us liked it very much. Selection of bread was also offered. For the main course, I opted for Singapore chicken rice. The chicken was tender and juicy, and the rice was fragrant and slightly sweet. It came with condiments such as chili sauce, dark soy sauce, tangy ginger, and lime sauce. It's a typical hawker dish, and I guess Singapore Airlines are trying to help to preserve the hawker culture. Wifi opted for grilled monkfish. It was served with mushroom sauce, new potatoes, and grilled vegetables. The fish was nicely cooked, and it wasn't dry at all. We forgot to film a detailed shot of this dish, since one of us has to keep an eye on baby Sky. It's not always easy to travel with a baby and trying to create some content. For the dessert, we chose the tartufo classico. I'm not sure I pronounced that correctly, but it's basically ice cream covered with hazelnut and cocoa. And we also got hazelnut and chocolate cake. Both of the dishes did not disappoint, but the hazelnut and chocolate cake was very dense and heavy. After meal service, we needed to take a rest, so we decided to test the bed, since Singapore Airlines advertised this as a double bed. The seats fully recline and the bed measures nearly 2 meters or 78 inches long. I had plenty of space in the footwell. And we had very good space in our double bed. 3 of us had no space issues at all. The double bed sounds fancy, but it's really more like 2 single beds pushed together, because there is a hard divider in the middle and a dividing wall between your feet, so there's gonna be no footsie. A sleeping mask, pair of slippers, and socks were laid on the footwell upon boarding, along with all the bed linen. Singapore Airlines only provide amenity kit on request in business class, and they are limited in number. Prefer to stock the amenities in the lavatories. In the business class lavatories, they stock various amenities such as dental kits, razor, combs, and lotions. Speaking of toilet amenities, let's check out the lavatory. In business class, there are in total 5 lavatories to use, 4 in the mid and 1 in the rear cabin. I believe the lavatory is a standard industry size, so it's not the biggest, but it was nice and clean. As mentioned earlier, the Singapore Airlines keep the amenities cupboard well stocked. Time to try out the bed experience. Well, at least for me. We didn't get any offer on turn down service, and I'm not sure Singapore Airlines even provides it. The bed was kinda hard and the bedsheet didn't provide much padding, but we prefer actually a bit firmer bed rather than soft. To get 3 of us sleeping together, we had to request extra blanket to stuff the divider in the middle. We didn't get much sleep since baby Sky wasn't sleepy at all, so we decided to try the Delectables menu. Wifi ordered a surf and turf sandwich. The pastrami sandwich was a bit dry, but the smoked salmon was delicious and the best piece. And for me, I opted for the noodle soup. You know I can't say no to noodle soup on a plane. With the book to cook, we were able to pre-order baby meal as well. They served 3-jar meal, main course, vegetables and dessert. So basically, Baby Sky got served 3-course dinner on this flight. In January 2023, Singapore Airlines started to offer free unlimited Wi-Fi for business class passengers. The speed was pretty decent, but be aware of that. The A380 is fitted with GXKA band, which is the fastest, but there will be a Wi-Fi outage period while overflying India, due to the system doesn't have authorization for use in this airspace. One hour and 50 minutes before landing, the breakfast service started. It started off with a selection of pastries and fresh fruits. Second dish was also pre-ordered with the book to cook. Wifi opted for pad thai noodles. And I went for noodles again. To sum up, we had a very good flight with Singapore Airlines in business class. First of all, the cabin and the seats look fantastic. They are very well designed, especially bulkhead seats with the extra space it provides. This is by far the best hard product we've tried on a business class flight. The soft product was pretty good too. The option with book to cook provides the additional meal option that you can decide what you feel like eating a few days ahead. The free and unlimited Wi-Fi is a huge plus too. And the crew was fantastic. It's our first long haul trip with Baby Sky, and the crew did everything so we could have a pleasant flight with a baby. Thanks for watching, see you next time.